Hey everybody, coming to you live from my bedroom. Today is Tuesday. Hope you all are faring well. Hope this finds you well. It's 12 o'clock. It's time for our midday mindfulness moment. And today's midday mindfulness moment is dedicated to one of the yamas of yoga, and it's Aparigraha. If you've been in my class before, you've heard me speak of Aparigraha. Aparigraha is one of the moral restraints that helps remind us to release attachment to outcomes, to loosen our grip, to not be so concerned about how things are going to turn out, and just notice the process along the way. And what happens when we don't practice Aparigraha is there's a lot of resistance and stagnancy that builds up, that contributes to further suffering. When we think that we can control things, we think that we can hold on tightly to things, impacting how things turn out. And right now, more than ever, it's apparent that this virus is completely out of our control. It's out of the control of the medical community, who I know are really working hard, dedicating themselves to finding a cure. And it will happen. It will happen. It will happen. We have to hold hope. But for now, Aparigraha reminds us in our day-to-day life, in our moment-to-moment living even, to notice where we are gripping, where are we holding tightness and tension, where are we holding on to this notion that we can control everything, the behaviors of others, particularly, again, if you're a parent and you're homeschooling your kids right now, we want them to do a certain thing or act a certain way, and it's just, they're out of our control. We can set standards and we can impose rules around the house, but they're their own people. They're going to do what they do. So we have to soften this grip. We have to soften this notion that we are in control, because the only thing that we can control is how we respond to the world, how we respond to the interactions of others in our home right now, how we respond to the news, how we respond to this new way of living that we're all trying to adjust to. So Aparigraha, for those of you just joining us, is a lifestyle. It's a reminder that we need to soften. We need to not hoard. We see Aparigraha playing its way into the world right now when people go to the grocery store and grab all the toilet paper or all the whatever it is they're grabbing. There's enough to go around. The manufacturers are creating more. The shelves will be stocked. We're all going to be fine. So where can we invite a sense of Aparigraha into the material world? Maybe as you're spending a lot of time at home right now, as we are going around creating things to do. And so we're going drawer to drawer and throwing stuff away, room to room, throwing stuff away. It's a way for us to just purge things that are not necessary in our lives. It's kind of keeping us busy. It's giving us a little project. But it's also a way for us to remember that we don't need all these things. Maybe they're better served in a different home, or maybe they're better served in the trash. So use this time that you're gifted to be home, if you have the time, if your regular job is allowing you the time, to just go through and clear out things, clear space in your material world, so that you can feel a little less cluttered in your emotional and energetic world. So that's one way you can practice Aparigraha. Another is just give up the notion altogether. We're not going to throw away your lab coat, Anne. That's with us forever. Another way to practice Aparigraha is just notice as you're interacting with people in your world, your house, or as you're interacting to the news. Where do you feel the gripping and the tightness and the tension in your body? Where do you feel yourself holding on to, maybe things that aren't real, right? And can you just find a greater sense of ease by just allowing? I'm going to read you this poem. This poem is a beautiful poem, one of my favorites, by a poet named Donna Falls, who does she's a mindfulness practitioner and a writer, and it's called Allow. There is no controlling life. Try corralling a lightning bolt, containing a tornado. Dam a stream and it will create a new channel. Resist and the tide will sweep you off your feet. Allow and grace will carry you to higher ground. The only safety lies in letting it all in, the wild and the weak, fear, fantasies, failures, and successes. When loss rips off the doors of the heart, or sadness veils your vision with despair, practice becomes simply bearing the truth. In the choice to let go of your known way of being, the whole world is revealed to your new eyes. I'm happy to post a link to that in the comments after we're done, but know that that poem reminds us that when we build up this resistance to what's happening, to our own feelings, it creates stagnancy and disturbance, and it creates this dam that surely will break and bust and be worse in the long run in your emotional life than if you just let it seep in moment by moment, allowing what is to be, allowing yourself to feel the feels, allow yourself to cry when you need to cry. Yesterday I had a really, really good cry. I was listening to Governor Northam's address about the state of Virginia, and when he made mention of schools closing, I knew it was in the best interest of everyone, but my heart broke for my daughter, who is a senior this year, and she wants to live the dream and have the prom and the graduation and the parties and just do all the things that we got to do as kids. And shout out to Wildlife High School class of '89, whoop whoop. And she's not going to have that. And maybe they'll come up with some other way to celebrate them, but she's not going to be able to live her dream of fulfilling all those senior parties, senior social events. So life will go on. We're all going to survive. We're going to be fine. But in this moment, I was feeling really sad for her, and she and I had a good cry together. And so I invite you. I've seen a lot of parents post comments about trying to stay really strong for their kids. And I invite you not to be so strong. I invite you to know that strong means knowing when it's time to show your cards and to be weak. And being weak is being strong, because you're being vulnerable to what is real, and you're allowing the feelings to happen. And let your kids see you cry. It's okay. That gives them permission to cry. That gives them permission to see you as the human that you are, and know that we all have a range of emotions. So don't feel like you need to hide your emotions from them. Let them into your emotional world, again, which gives them permission to be in touch with how they're feeling. It enables them to give it a name. We have to name it to tame it in order to deal with our emotions, especially these really strong ones. So that poem by Donna Faulds just encourages you to allow. Just what can you allow right now? What can you notice? And what can you invite? What can you acknowledge and accept? Knowing that this is not how forever is going to be. This might be the reality for right now. It's very much a surreality, as I keep calling it. It's hard for us to wrap our heads around, but this is our new normal for right now. And in this moment, the way to survive is, besides staying home and staying safe and washing your hands, is to just invite some softness and ease into your mind rather than the sense of gripping and controlling, because that's not going to serve you well. It's not going to serve anyone in your house well. What would serve you best is simply to soften and surrender a little bit. So with that said, I'm going to invite you just to come to a comfortable seat. Maybe you're already in a comfortable seat. Maybe you can make yourself a little bit more comfortable. Let's just wiggle in the body a little bit. Take a big breath in. Let it go. And just invite attention to your body. Notice in your jaw if you're feeling tightness. Are the teeth gripping? Do you feel your tongue latched onto the roof of your mouth for dear life? Can you peel it away? Can you create a little space between the teeth? How about the neck? Notice how the neck feels. Allow a little softness by letting the shoulders melt down away from the ears. Maybe if you're taking care of others and yourself and working, doing all the things You may feel like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. So consciously give attention to that space and let them soften. Let the arms be relaxed. Uncurl the fingers. Notice the sensations in your chest. Do you feel like anything is gripping you? Or up around the lungs? Can you invite some smooth, deep breaths to release that tightness and tension? Notice any sensations in your abdomen. If you haven't eaten yet, maybe you're noticing hunger. If you have eaten, maybe you're noticing fullness. Maybe you're noticing digestion happening. How are the hips feeling? That's a space where we tend to really grip tightly, to carry a lot of tension and stress from our relationships. Can you consciously breathe ease and softness into your hips? Relax through the glutes and the legs. Allow, however you're feeling right now, allow. Whatever thoughts are going through the mind, allow. Whatever physical sensations are present in the body, allow. As we continue to practice Aparigraha, the yogic teachings teach us not to worry so much about the destination, but to be completely aware of the journey. Every step, every breath, every bit of beautiful scenery along the way. So instead of creating this mental image of what the next month, 2 months, 3 months are going to look like, can you just be here now, allowing what is today to be enough? Giving thanks for the breath, giving thanks for your home and the resources that you have. My intention all along has been, I have enough, I am enough, and I am grateful. And those simple mantras, those seeds that I plant each day, bring me back to what I have, not worrying about what I don't have. It makes me grateful for the warmth that I'm surrounded by, the physical warmth, the heating in my house, the blankets that I keep tossing over myself, but also the love that I know is present in the house. The love from the community, the virtual community that I see popping up online. We are together in this suffering. You are not alone. So just keep giving yourself time to feel what you feel. Allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to shout. Punch pillows when you need it. Go out and run laps around your neighborhood on the sidewalk. Do what you need to do to keep the energy moving so that you don't build resistance. I'm going to read you one more poem by Donna Falds. This one's called Let It Go. Let go of the ways you thought life would unfold. The holding of plans or dreams or expectations, let it all go. Save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you now will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate attempts to flee from the very energy you long for. Let go. Let it all go and flow with the grace that washes through your days, whether you received it gently or with all your quills raised to defend against invaders. Take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanations that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let go, and the wave's crest will carry you to unknown shores beyond your wildest dreams or destinations. Let it all go and find the place of rest and peace and certain transformation. I will post links to those poems. I wish you all well. I'm grateful that you joined us today for this midday mindfulness moment. Continue to show up for yourself. Check in with the breath, check in with the body, and allow what is to be. Namaste. Keep dropping comments down below. Let me know what else you'd like to focus on in the coming days. And be sure to catch us every morning. I say us as if I'm 3,000 people. Catch me on the mat at 9 a.m. every morning, live on WebEx. If you go back to my Facebook page, I pinned the post that has the WebEx link, so you're welcome to join us every single day, Monday through Friday. And all the classes are going to be on my YouTube channel, Eat Yoga Drink. And also catch Thursday night, a very, very special, namaste, Diana, a very special class on Thursday night. I'm doing a donation-based class to benefit 3 of the breweries where I teach. We're doing a mindful drinking and, thank you, Jacqueline, a mindful drinking and yoga experience. So if you've never joined us live, now is a great time to catch us in our virtual community. We should have a good crew assembled, and I can't wait to welcome you guys. So have fun, keep smiling. I love you all. Mwah.